Hello everybody. I am doing a short video today on basically how I make my sea moss gel. And very quick and easy. What you'll need, basically, I tend to use crystal distilled water when I make it. Now, this is my sea moss, and it has soaked for about 12 hours overnight. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's soaked for about 12 hours overnight. I've rinsed it quite a few times. I soaked it in spring water. I rinsed it quite a few times until it's all clean and all the little debris and stuff is cleaned off of it. I also will add like a few dates to it because I like my gel to be sweet. Now, I also infuse my sea moss with elderberries sometimes. But basically, this particular blender can hold 5 cups, and I'll just take the sea moss and add it in here. That's about good right there. So this was about 3 ounces of sea moss that I started with when it was dry. And so with this much sea moss, I'll put in about I'll put it to probably like 2.5 cups of water in here. And then I will turn the blender on. And of course, the more water you add, the less the consistency will be. And just a second here, add in a little bit more sea moss and a little bit more water. And I will blend this on high until it is completely smooth. So once it gets to this point, I'll kind of check it to see how thick it is, what the consistency is like. And let me see here. I can't find my spoon. Okay. Alrighty, so I'll just check it for the consistency, and it's still kind of chunky. So I'm going to turn the blender on a higher speed. Another thing that you could do, and see, this is real thick. So I'm gonna add some more water to it because I want it to be a little bit more loose. As you can see, it's kind of thick there. So I'm gonna add a little bit more water. Another spin that you could do to your distilled water is take 1 cup of distilled water, or even 2 cups of distilled water. Take 2 teaspoons of sorrel, and infuse that, cover it and soak it for 24 hours. And instead of using just plain water to make your sea moss gel, you can use the sorrel water in here instead of just plain water. See, I made this one super thick because it's not even turning right now, so I'm gonna have to keep adding water. One thing about sea moss, because it congeals the way that it does, it can be used as a thickener. So a lot of vegan recipes, instead of using eggs, you can actually use sea moss in place of that because of its properties and the consistency being similar to eggs and things like that, you know, in your cakes and stuff. So this is super thick, so I still need to add more water. I got a little carried away here. So we'll put some more water in there. So basically it's just, you can't really estimate how much water you're going to use. You just have to keep adding it so that it's at the consistency that you want. Okay, so now it's at a smooth consistency for me, this is perfect. This is just how I want it to be when I am getting ready to store it. Now, again, I do use the natural organic medjool dates. Like I said, they are sweet, and I like my sea moss sweet, so because it really doesn't have a taste. Now these are pitted, so I'm gonna have to cut it open to get the pit out of it. So I'll just take pieces of it and throw it in here. And dates are really good for you as well. I'll take that pit out of there. Mommy. And I'll normally put like 2 or 3 of them in there for the flavor. And then I'll blend it really well so that the dates are completely... So you'll keep blending it until it's at the right consistency for you. But like I said, this is typically how I like for my sea moss gel to look, to where it's just kind of runny. Now I typically do not add heat. I don't boil or cook my sea moss because I want it to, you know, have all of its minerals in it. And typically when you add heat to it, it does diminish some of the minerals that are in it. So this is just a quick way on how I make my gel. And I'm going to store this in a mason jar and put it in the refrigerator, and it's going to be perfect tomorrow once I take it out. So I'll do a short picture. Well, I'll add a picture on this video so that you guys can see what it looks like after. But I'm going to keep blending it a little bit longer because I want my dates to kind of break down a little bit more. But this is the consistency of it. So again, I do have the sea moss in stock. It is fresh. We just got a new shipment in from Grenada. So I did post a picture of what it looks like so you guys can see it. So if you have any questions, let me know. But this is typically how I make my sea moss gel. And you can take about once this gel's up, you can take about 2 tablespoons. Use a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons a day. You can add it to your smoothies. You can add it, you know, to like your herbal teas that you drink every day. And this should be, you know, it should be sufficient because you are getting the 92 minerals of the 102 minerals that your body needs on a daily basis. And this is a quick and easy way. Now, I do have family members that actually will just take this and drink it just like this. Because after I add in, like I said, sometimes I do soak it with sorrel. I use the sorrel instead of just plain water and the dates, and they'll just drink like 8 ounces of this every day. And in my opinion, you can't have too much of it. So, again, this is how I make my sea moss gel, and I hope you guys have a great day today.